put up a Jorgen soul event called the Dark Mage. So this is just kind of like the other ones we've had recently. You have your login every day. You get some of these Jorgen dolls. You get VIP points. Like, so if you buy anything, you can get some more plus some emeralds. Again, 4,500 is a lot. I kind of hate these kind of rewards because I don't need more VIP points. Like, I don't know. I kind of think it's stupid, but spend emeralds. Spend up 65,000. You can get 100 Jorgen souls plus 10 more dolls. Spend energy. If you spend energy, again, you can get a bunch. Like I said, I think if you do all these quests, you should be able to get 630. You're really close to it. Like, there's actually some more inside the dolls, right? You can get because these are like demon dolls, but sometimes it says contain Jorgen souls and other valuable prizes. Generally speaking, you should save with these kind of dolls. You should save them for an event where you need to collect souls. Not too much on these. Like I said, I've done videos on the others, but kind of a bit late for this. Like, so Jorgen, there was a time in this game when I started playing this game in Hero Wars. Jorgen was the best hero in the game. Right, we should actually go down. Like I said, I had just got him to like absolute star, and it actually started working on Jorgen. And then they released a hero that changed the game. Like I said, probably the most significant thing changed the gameplay. Like a hero who did more to change the metagame than any other features. Like pets and Ascension have come. Like I said, those have had a big impact. But the one hero though, Sebastian, is the guy who they released, and all of a sudden Jorgen became completely worthless. Like almost worthless. I mean, he's like I said, and that's a downside. Like, an event like this would have been great about 2.5 years ago when Jorgen was the absolute best hero in the game, but right, this ability here was so overpowered. Like this, like I said, it prevents enemies from gaining energy, and this would shut down most teams in the game, and you were kind of forced to use hard hitting like basic attacks to win your fights. It was really about like hard hitting physical attacks. So it was like Ishmael was really good for a while, but then they nerfed Ishmael. Celeste was really good. Kark was pretty good just because his basic physical attack could be good, and if you could somehow like lock down the other team before they said before them, then you could actually combo off. So there's like, but it's like Jorgen versus Jorgen text, and he could actually with this he actually steals energy from the enemy hero. So does Astaroth. So Astaroth was like the main tank of that era. Like this was when Astaroth was good. And then, like I said, but then Sebastian came along, and then all of a sudden, all these abilities that Jorgen does, like this stuff, like Sebastian blocks that, and all of a sudden, Jorgen went from best hero in the game to almost unplayable. And right, so without Jorgen locking down the energies, now Aurora is unlocked. Right, in the recent because pets were released about 5 weeks before Sebastian. Right, so now she's actually able to use ults. Like before Aurora, like I said, I mean, even though you had Kayn, a lot of times you didn't get an ult spam back in those days because Jorgen would lock you down. And you would just be, like I said, you couldn't actually ult because you couldn't gain energy. So now that Sebastian was here to keep down, like I said, to keep down Jorgen from blocking us down, Aurora is able to spam, like, her ults a lot, doing a lot of AD damage. This pushed Martha out of the metagame. She was the main healer of that era. Like I said, for the old holy trinity of Astaroth, Jorgen, Martha, that was kind of like the old holy trinity for like 8 months after Martha was introduced. Right, so now Aurora pushes Martha out of the metagame. Celeste becomes the top healer, and then we kind of like, right, and now Astaroth is kind of like, you know, without the main heroes, like Jorgen and Martha being around, like Astaroth stopped being that great, and the whole metagame shifted, and it's been almost 2.5 years since that happened, and that's just said, the metagame hasn't really changed much since then. I mean, we've had pets, like I said, right, pets were added and stuff, but like actually bad about like 5 weeks before Sebastian, but we've had essentially like, you know, the metagame, like, there's not been such a major shift to the metagame as when Sebastian was released, so seeing a Jorgen soul event now is kind of like, well, I would have loved an event like this when I began the game because Jorgen was like a big deal, and like I said, I only got Jorgen to like Violet, and that's about as far as I had him in like December of 2019 when they introduced Sebastian. Like I said, and then like I said, never went back to him. I just started investing in Sebastian instead. So that's just kind of, you know, how that happened. But yeah, so let's look at those dolls, and like I said, I don't really recommend Jorgen these days. I just, like I said, I'd say you can get more dolls. So now I got 4 of them. I should probably open my themes from the quest theme. Like I said, you can get more dolls. And you can get Jorgen souls in these. It says you can get Jorgen souls in the description. More dolls. Boom. So we're getting runes. There you go, Jorgen souls. Look at that. It's like 11. So, like I said, these kind of themes, I always recommend saving these themes for like events where you need to collect souls. Because you could get, like I said, a lot of souls. Like I said, I still have some of these from the other ones. Like I said, because you can get souls. Like I said, Summerfest is coming up in about 2 months. So save all your dolls for those kind of events. And yeah. Anyway, hope you guys found this video informative. Thank you for watching.